And now, this is the important part, has a framework for a future deal in place. Let's bring Doug Flynn from Flynn Zito Capital Management in on all of these things. And Doug, as we talk about it, I want you to listen to the president. This is, you know, the speech is one thing earlier, but to me, this is going to be the headline coming out of it because I don't know that military action was ever on the table, but tariffs probably were. And now, not anymore, apparently. Here's Trump from a short time ago.
The deal is going to be put out pretty soon, and we'll see. It's right now a little bit in progress, but pretty far along. It gets us everything we needed to get. People are out there, and they're working it right now. They're working the details of the deal, but it's what's called an infinite deal.
Infinite deal. I'm not going to get, you don't have to get into what you think the deal's going to be. We'll leave that for Geraldo. He's coming up in a few minutes. But from the market's perspective, there's like there's a big time sigh of relief. I wonder how much the markets yesterday and the selling played into Trump's comments today.
Quite a bit. Yesterday was what came to be called the Sell America trade, and today would then, in reverse, be the Buy America trade, not only just for taking tariffs off the table and getting us back to where we were the day before, but, you know, Trump does this. He'll when things are good, he'll throw something out there. It'll have this reaction, and then he takes it off. And things are back to where they were, for, you know, technically 2 days ago with respect to this. But I'm sure it will be brought out again at some point in the future, and we'll have this. And that's what the markets do. They react to this. It doesn't go up in a straight line, but as seen with him, this can create some opportunities because there were some things that you could have picked up yesterday that today are a little bit more expensive if you take advantage of things like that.
That's the world we live in. Anything on this housing stuff, which gets overshadowed, of course, by all of what we're talking about, but he wants to ban investment firms from buying up the single-family homes. Is it a good idea? Does it have an effect?
I mean, it has a very nominal effect, but it plays really well. It's the families first over corporations. This plays well into the midterm elections because, I mean, there are some things that are out of it. This is part of the affordability agenda, which this is one piece of. He also wants lower mortgage rates, and he also wants expanded 401k accessibility options. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that, but as far as this goes, it definitely does help a little bit, but these corporate sales are less than 2% of everything. So it doesn't really increase the supply, which is really what you need in concert with those other things. But it does do some things like regulations and whatnot to stop the corporations from competing with individuals that might be trying to buy a single family home. So it's something, but not quite a lot.
One final thing here. I mentioned this to Geraldo yesterday, as a matter of fact. I think that for all the noise with Trump and all the distractions that we get into on the economy, at least, I think there's an argument to be made, we don't know yet, of course, that his legacy might be AI, and that the fact that he let these guys go in terms of regulation, just let them have at it with AI and building data centers and the like, as opposed to what would have happened under a different administration, that could be the thing that he's most remembered for. He was talking about that today. He says, I let these big companies build these massive buildings and all that kind of thing. And then Jensen Huang, who's, of course, the CEO of the largest company on planet Earth, NVIDIA, was talking about some of that infrastructure. And here's what Jensen had to say.
The AI bubble comes about because the investments are large. And the investments are large because we have to build the infrastructure necessary for all of the layers of AI above it. And so I think the opportunity is really quite extraordinary. And everybody ought to get involved. Everybody ought to get engaged. We need more energy.
We need more energy, and everybody ought to get involved. What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, Trump is putting it out there. He did it a bit today at Davos, and it was really, the theme was let America innovate first, we'll regulate later. That's basically what he's saying. He really wants to make this a key strategic driver for the U.S. in terms of economic growth and get that out in front. And so any kind of regulations in the beginning can slow that down, and that will come, but he really wants us to lead the way there. And I think you're right. I think it can go a long way if we get farther faster than other countries. Of course, there were some nominal things mentioned about child safety and whatnot, but pushing that to the side, it's really about make America the leader in this and all the downline stream effects of that with energy and AI and the corporations and even personally.
All right, Doug, as always, thank you, sir. Doug Flynn with us there, 4 p.m.